What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Veli Pooh, and welcome to my unfiltered vent and release. Like, let's put it that way. No, I'm serious. If y'all wonder why is my sound look crispy clean, because I am using Shure MV88. Normally, this is gonna cost you more than your paycheck. And what I got this wonderful device right here connected to my iPhone 13 Pro, it costs $40 on Facebook Marketplace. Not sponsored though. But jokes aside, I have a very surprising announcement. Today is the day that I want to announce my reality check. I will tell you a handful of reasons. So, one of which is for professional reasons. Of course, I am known by my legal name, of course, Velbaria, but for professional reasons, I would like to honor my first job, which I worked at the fast food. Someone called me by this name that rhymes with celery. So I decided to play on words and I decided to name myself as Valerie. Velery. That rhymes with celery. And with the last name, I would like to shorten it into something that is easy to remember. Of course, stage name or screen name rule, you have to find something that is easy to remember. Just like Marina Summers, Manila Luzon. They're both drag queens. I am not a drag queen, but this is just a handful of example. The last name that I have picked is Bars. The simplified, shortened name for my last name. You know why? Because it has a ring to it, and to me, it actually gave like global appeal. It's not just like, hey, it's hard to pronounce your last name. Of course, it's hard to pronounce the last name, and certain people don't do it correctly. But for professional reasons, like I said, again, we want to keep it simple yet memorable. And as I did my search on Google, nobody named Valerie Bars but myself, or simplest of the simple, Valley Bars. Well, for the record, I felt honored that Valerie Bars has spoke to me ever since I rode the bus back to Walmart last Wednesday, where I have to meet my husband. He clocked out already. And after that, we zoomed into the house and live streamed. And as y'all can hear, my name originally was Valerie Maz, but I started to realize it was not official. I changed it here on YouTube. It's not bad or per se, but until I realized Valerie Bars has a click because it was the same initials to my full legal name. So another reason why I chose Valerie Bars is because I feel that celery is very calm. The color of the celery is green, very calm, very sturdy, crunchy, and she's beautiful. But personality wise, it was a variation name for Valerie, but it was a different spellings like Valerie, and I feel like resonating with the name, and it was easy to pronounce. I don't freaking mind about it. You can call me Valley Vel. I'm still, like I said, I'm still the Vel that you all known before I did this current transition right now. And for those who wondered, I apologize for not making it clear. Some of my socials are still Velbaria, and my Facebook fan page has changed to Velipu. because that's my nickname. And it's a fan page that I did when I was in high school, Vel Barrio Soprano, now becoming Velipu. Because I wanted to become a DJ, following the footsteps of Paris Hilton, following the footsteps of Avicii, following the footsteps of my radio DJ idols, DJ Kara, Papa Jack, and of course, YouTube content creators that I really look up to, Ayam TV, Boy Tiu Tiu. Oh my god, I love these guys. They're amazing in their own ways. You know, people like them going through a lot of changes, and sometimes you have to face it, and that's what I learned. That stage name or screen name per se, or alias, whatever, call sign, whatever you call them, that inspired me to be truthful in what I do. And once again, I really apologize if I wasn't active enough to post reels. I am very happy to tell you that I finally found my voice in such a special way to share my creative side of myself that they've never seen before. That I'm someone who loves creating Instagram reels and YouTube shorts because it's a thing already. Rather than this regular 10-minute, 20-minute video, you know what I mean? And now I'm starting to get, committed to that name a couple of months ago, but I don't know if it's gonna be a good match right now. And what matters to me is I'm happy about it, then why not? And what I've learned is you show yourself to the world to inspire people, to encourage people that they can be confident in their own style, in their own skin, and in their own talent that they have, because not everybody can express themselves because of this fear of judgment and this kind of fear that they're facing, that they might be questioned for their existence. And the only thing that you can handle that kind of negativity, whether it's online or in real life, is do the exact opposite, and that is becoming the positive light for everybody. Be the reason that people inspired you, and be the reason that people are inspired by you to become the strongest versions of themselves. Because not everybody, especially in the world of content creation, are very humbled after they receive their blessings with bunches of followers, bunch number of followers, and the vast number of likes and reposts. You know, you don't you don't get it, y'all. Y'all don't get it. Some of the content creators that you see online are also going through a lot of changes too. So you must learn something from them. And it's completely normal if you look at them for your eyes only. Yes, but to make them more inspired, you compliment them and appreciate them and even give them a message of encouragement because that will give them the boost to do what they love to do, and that's content creation. Something I love to do and something I enjoy doing is the art of showing my other side of me besides being a singer and being an advocate and being a content creator. Of course, like, being a content creator is not part of my thing. After I took a break from that a couple of years, like since 2022 if I'm not mistaken, or 2023. Yeah, 2023, because I am going for a lot of confusion and perplexity. But recently I just got back from doing that because I learned something from certain content creators that I really look up to. And whoever you are, thank you for making me get that kind of confidence that I needed. Thank you for giving me the courage to do this again. If when the moment that I feel that I am out of help and I'm out of hand, and from the bottom of my heart, I hope we can get in touch and collaborate with each other. That popularity mindset, that is That's not good. You can be popular in one night, but in the end, you're not. Popularity is temporary, and that's what I've learned. Sorry. What I learned is popularity never lasts, but the lasting impact based on your morale, based on your good moral character, and based on setting an example. If you're being nice to your fans, one day they might end up as your silent friends. You know what I'm talking about? Silent friendship. You don't have to brag it at all, but maybe you feel like an a very unusual connection that you don't do with other people like you see in person, but you feel the vibe that comes inside your your instincts, and you thought, hey, this person is so good to work with, this person is so respectful, this person has this valorous character. That is the kind of silent friendship and silent appreciation. You can be a silent supporter as a fan. I'm also a fan of some of the content creators I look up to. But as a content creator, I wanted to set an example. I know action speaks louder than words, but I want my actions to do the talking by simply being there. And I'll be honest with y'all, my Instagram is filled with reposting and reposting and reposting besides my own work because some of the posts resonated with me. Those who follow my Instagram, you'll understand that. But as I lean into this aesthetic that I did, maybe some beauty and glam, my kind of niche is already changing. Excuse me. And what I learned is commit to a niche that you're pretty good at. Stick to that niche and make the best out of that niche. So, my kind of niche that I would consider is somewhat like a beauty and maybe some beauty reels with transformation and some like a glamour-ish type of thing. I'm still learning. Don't get me wrong. Please don't take it against me. I'm still learning, and y'all could see it in my official Instagram. And whereas with my music Instagram page, of course, I will already use my newfound stage name, screen name. So, yeah, that's what I learned, and that was my biggest mistake that I did. That's the whole point of not gaining enough followers. Be the content creator that they can call as their role model. Because as you can see, content creators are very rude, are very toxic, and displaying unrealistic standards. You are a content creator too, sweetheart. If you have a social media, you're considered a content creator. If you have a mind of an observer, just like myself, you will understand the divisiveness between a content creator who sets a standard that people will learn a thing or two, and the content creator who is just there, quote unquote, for clout, for nothing but clout. I am in that situation too, but I've never failed, and I will not go into that fake fake influencer thing, whatever. I can also do some reviews of the products that I bought. Sure, I will do that if you would ask me, and I will bring it here on my YouTube channel. Why not? In Instagram, I would continue to do my reels, like some glamour reels, like the beauty shots and whatever. The face stuff, model-esque, Naomi Campbell, this is the face. I want to be the face. I want to be the body. Like that of thing. But TikTok wise, I will do mixture of singing and some transformation and some duets. Another thing that I learned I would have done better is to get in there, step on the water, and talk to the content creators. And maybe this is what I always learned: do not talk down on them because one day you would collaborate with them and you'll end up working with them. That's what I always learn, especially in the line of my job I do. Always be appreciative, and no matter how hard it would be, there will be content creators with a vast amount of following would be, I'll be very classy about what I'm gonna tell you. Some of the content creators are gonna be muppets in this case. And you don't want to be one of those content creators who are just gonna channel their inner entitled brat mindset. You have to be someone who is into growth mindset, and there is just a little population of content creators who sets the realistic standard with a growth mindset in their character. So don't confuse this kind of popularity and fame with growth mindset. They're just different. They're super different. You don't want to confuse being popular and being progressive. Don't chase popularity, you chase progression. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you. To those entitled content creators, you better learn that a lot of fans are just gonna walk away from y'all. If you scare a fan away, they just gonna report and expose you. So be careful who you hurt with. Be careful who you mess with, because one day you are gonna realize this. You're gonna realize that, hey, you screw up big time. And they beat you for a reality check. You know, that's just a small word, a small message to entitled content creators. Just be careful who you hurt. And better change your character. I mean, change your attitude, change your behavior. You know, I want to be that content creator who never ever fails to inspire, but also who never fails to set an example to become that content creator who is into motivating. Of course, I love motivating people, because one day if I come back to my posts and I feel down, I will have to read it myself and learn something from my own posts, right? So, once again, the big revelation of my new screen name would be, dun, 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 her name is Valerie Bars. Plain and simple. And again, let me tell you one more time. I am still the Vel that you know and adored and you loved and you friended. We'll be friends. Still be friends. I'm hoping we'll still be friends. And I, of course, would not be the person that I am pretending to that I pretended to be. I will never do that. I am just changing my name from my legal name to a stage name. But of course, if I'm applying for filing, I will still have to use my legal name or government name, of course. And this stage name would become my branding and my personal branding for the world to see. So yeah, thank you very much for watching my video, and see you in the next one. Bye.